We'll start with you. Who you got here?
I'm going with the Vikings.
Wow.
And I will admit that Sam Darnold is on pumpkin watch.
But you're still going with him.
Yeah, I think he's going to play well. I'm not saying he's going to play awesome, but I think he's going to play well. I think that defense of the Rams can be run on and thrown on, and I think they'll have success, Minnesota, against that defense. And look, the Rams offense, Nick, they have not been good of late. Now, I know they sat their starters the last game. The 3 games before that, they played 3 non-playoff teams and averaged 14 points a game.
But they won all those games because of the
they
defense.
should have won.
But
they did.
But I'm saying
But they
because
were,
of the
again,
defense.
they weren't good. They're non-playoff teams. Your defense should be better against them. So I think when I look at what Flores can do with that defense in Minnesota and then the offensive weapons, running the ball, passing the ball, I got Minnesota.
Go ahead, Greg.
Well, I definitely got Minnesota.
There you
And
go.
I'm going to say it with my chest. And Sam Darnold is not on pumpkin watch.
Really?
No, he's not on
'Cause
pumpkin
he was
watch. He
bad.
had a bad game the final week of the season. And I think when you have a game like that and you get back and you watch that film and you see the throws that you made and you missed, and then you see the throws that were there that you never even let go, which were a lot, you got a lot that you can build on. And so he played a very, very poor game. I think he bounces back. I think they support him with the running game, get him going, get him some easy throws, get Justin Jefferson involved early. Defensively, they're gonna try to come after.
Greg, how far do
Matthew
you have the
Stafford.
Vikings going? Just remind me here.
Well, they would play the Eagles in the next round.
Yeah, and I would pick the Vikings over the Eagles.
Okay.
It has them losing to the Lions in the conference.
All right,
round.
that's an interesting. Okay.
This is crazy to me.
Why?
Because one team we all agree has the better quarterback. We all agree has the better coach. And Stafford and McVay, when they've been together, have played well in every playoff game. Their first year together, they obviously went on the run, won the Super Bowl. Don't say it, bro. Don't say those 2
won't.
words. Thank you.
I won't.
And in that run, it was 10 touchdowns, 3 picks. So the Brews, the Jaquaski Tart play.
I didn't
That was
say
yours,
it.
and that's on
I
you.
didn't
That's
say
on
it.
you.
Thank you, Wild.
But Brew pantomimed it.
Doesn't matter.
Brew
You
hit
didn't
his
say it.
chest. The next year they missed the playoffs, and then last year they played really well in that game in Detroit, and they lost by a point in a excellent playoff game against a team that everybody believes in now. So on the other hand, Sam Darnold's never played in a playoff game. He has, however, played in one game that was kind of a playoff atmosphere, and it was awful, and it was the most recent game he played. And everyone likes Kevin O'Connell, myself included, but Kevin O'Connell doesn't have a wealth of playoff experience. The only playoff experience he has is losing to Daniel Jones.
Jones can play a little
And so he can.
Well, yeah, he
Well, then
played
maybe he'll play for
won a playoff game.
Kevin O'Connell today
Yeah.
because he is. And I look at Brew's accurate stats about the Rams very differently. I know the upside of their offense when it's clicking is almost as high as any team in the league. And what we saw in the last month was that defense was excellent. The fact that the Rams scored 44 combined, they scored 44 against Buffalo, then they scored 44 combined in their final 3 games and went 3-0 because they didn't allow more than 10 points a single time.
Against 2.
San Francisco with some injuries.
The Jets in the
Jets
in the freezing cold, and the
and
woeful
the Cardinals.
The
Wasn't it Arizona?
I'm not. To be honest, I don't
No,
have
that
it
was
off the
the
top of my
last-
head. So
yeah.
maybe it was the Patriots.
But one of them was
No,
the
we
Jets.
played Patriots.
It was
We played it
regardless, okay. So I think the defense has shown consistent growth throughout the year. I know they have the better coach. I know they have the better quarterback. I don't obviously love the fact that the game got moved from Los Angeles to Arizona. And there is the human element of how much, have their minds been elsewhere this week, understandably, given the ongoing tragedy going on in Southern California. But assuming that that's not the deciding factor, I just think the Rams are better. And that's then going to put me in a pickle.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, listen. The doubt of the Minnesota Vikings and what they're capable of doing is just a failure to actually watch the games and understand who they are. It's something that I have to really remind myself regularly, because I experienced it firsthand talking about Jaden Daniels going into the Commanders versus Bucks, and someone in the comment section said Jaden Daniels isn't a good quarterback. He's inaccurate in tight window throws and can't read defenses. And that is such like a random made up statement that I actually don't even know where he got it from. I don't know if he just like thought that and and it was just like a random like, fart in the wind. If he watched a show and someone was like, Jaden Daniels can't read defenses, like, and he's like, yeah, that's true. And now he repeats that. Like, I don't actually understand, because I'm just like, that's just so, it's just like, it just really truly is so far from the truth. And it's just like, it's not even really up for debate. So when people reach certain conclusions, like, there will always be different opinions in sports, and that's what makes it awesome. That's why these shows that's why they exist. Because like I've said this to you guys in the past, like, I can make an argument like so passionate, so intense why the Rams are going to win. And then I could do the exact same thing about why the Rams have no chance to win and that the Vikings can win. Because like that's the way my mind works. I see it all. Like I even said this in the comment section where I'm like, any of my predictions for these games, like I can truly see the exact opposite happen as well. And I'm like, that's why I'm not making all these, crazy predictions. My issue is always when someone like Nick comes out there and is like, this is crazy. There's no way they have the better coach, the better this, the better that, and it's just like, huh? Like, we're acting like the Vikings haven't been great all year. Like, they weren't a game away from having the number 1 seed in the NFL. Like, what? In the NFC? Huh? Like, what are we talking about here? And before I keep going, I want to ask y'all, I might live stream this game. Would you guys be interested? I don't know if I'll be able to get it in time because I still have to record a whole bunch of videos. But if there's actually enough interest in it, I'll also live stream this game. So definitely let me know. I should have said that at the top. Unfortunately, I did not. So if you made it this far in this video, let me know in the comments if you guys would want that. I'd live stream. We can talk, watch it, all that fun stuff. If not, then, whatever. It's all good. I'll still make post-game videos for these teams afterwards. But yeah. I mean, of course Minnesota has a chance. Of course Minnesota. I mean, I think Minnesota should be favored. I think it makes total sense, especially in this, neutral territory, Phoenix, Arizona. And you know what? I forgot. I'm so bummed I didn't mention this in the Chargers game. But yeah, the horrific fires in LA is a problem. And I know for the Chargers, they could not practice outside. They had to have shortened practices. They had to wear masks. Harbaugh's daughter had to be evacuated. I mean, like, real stuff was happening. And I don't know, what has been the story with the Rams, but obviously they're moving their families and pets, and, things are crazy, and that does affect you. And I don't like to use that. I don't like, I'm almost uncomfortable talking about it in the context of like, who's going to win or not. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. I didn't even really want to talk about this in general because I really try to keep this channel like a bubble from the outside world and just keep it from sports, right? Like, this is, I think a lot of people, this is an escape. And some people, some Rams fans who are going to be watching this game, who live in LA, they might just be like, man, I just want to talk about football. I don't want to think about everything else that's going on. And so I don't even like to bring it up because I don't even want to, pop that bubble if it exists for some people. But that is a very real thing. I lived in California for years, and it's a very real thing. I mean, I was fortunate. I did not get, affected directly with it. But it was definitely something that you're aware of. And there's many times that like, I'm in LA and I like look out the window of a building that I'm in, and it's just like, it's in the middle of the day, 2:00, and California is notoriously always sunny, and it's just red. I mean, it literally looks like the beginning of like a doomsday alien apocalyptic movie. And you're like looking out the window. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was around other people who were like lived there longer than me, and they were like, yeah, just the fires. And I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking about right now? So it's a real thing. It's devastating. Definitely hope anyone who's watching this video or anyone who's not watching this video is staying safe, and supported. Definitely in my thoughts, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, this football game I think should be competitive. I think it should be. I think it probably will be almost similar in terms of the Washington Commanders and Bucks It'll come down to these little things. Does Justin Jefferson make an unbelievable catch? Or is it just out of his fingertips? Just out of his fingertips. Can the Vikings truly establish the run? Or is the run not a weapon for them? And now, oh man, they really just need to rely on Sam Darnold every single drive, every single throw. Right? Like, it's just like, that's why these games are so unpredictable. That's why I laugh at the confidence. Like, I've been calling the Minnesota Vikings a contender from day one, before they even played a game this season. And I'm a firm believer that you change your mind as the season goes on. It's why Brew was still saying the Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super Bowl or whatever. And it's like, dude, that's obviously not true. It's obviously not true. But watching the Vikings play have only confirmed my opinions on them of being a legitimate, true, bona fide contender. And this idea that we're just constantly putting Sam Darnold on pumpkin watch it's just obnoxious at this point, because it's not real discussion. It's not real conversation. It's just more nonsense based off of, nah. And that's not what these conversations are supposed to be about. It's not supposed to be, nah. It's supposed to be real opinions based on actual real evidence. Saying that Sam Darnold on pumpkin watch is the same thing as saying, Jaden Daniels can't read defenses. Like, what are you talking? Like, what are you basing this off of? And some other people will come back and be like, oh, well, Sam Darnold wasn't good in the beginning of his career and yada, yada, yada. Again, how many times do we have to go over this? He played for the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers, two fundamentally awful franchises to their core, to their soul, to their bones. What are those franchises doing? Absolutely, positively nothing. Baker Mayfield struggled with the Panthers and the Browns. Now look at him, playing great with the Buccaneers. Why is Baker Mayfield not on pumpkin watch? Exactly. So, Minnesota Vikings obviously got a real shot. And the Rams are going to be a hard out. It is Matthew Stafford. It is Sean McVay. Those two guys should scare you. Undeniable. My big question mark is who the heck is Matthew Stafford in 2025? I got no idea. I really don't. I think Matthew Stafford's an elite quarterback. I don't know if he's an elite quarterback today. And if he's not elite, I don't know what that means in the context of, can he play an elite game? Can he have 3 elite quarters? Can he have elite drives? Or is he just now great? Or is he good who can now be great at times? Like, I don't know. It's impossible. It's truly impossible. Can Cooper Kupp, I almost said Cooper Rush. Can Cooper Kupp, now I want to say Amari Cooper. Am I saying these names right? Cooper Kupp, wide receiver. Like, is he going to be able to rewind the clock back a little bit? Can he step up in the playoffs? Yes. The Rams will win this game if Stafford can play elite, because I think he has to. He has to be special. And not only Puka Nacua, who I think will be great because I think he is, in the prime of his career now, but he also Cooper Kupp. If Cooper Kupp also is like, yo, man, I'm a Super Bowl MVP, what's up? If he can play like that and truly be a real guy and not fall off a cliff, yeah, then the Rams can definitely convincingly win this game. If not, 1,000% Vikings. 1,000% Vikings. I think the Rams need to play their A game, their perfect game to win this game. I don't think the Vikings have to in order to win this game. And if the Vikings do come out and play a great game, it's over. It's over. But let me know in the comments below, especially if you guys want me to stream this game. I can definitely do that. Makes it a little bit easier considering it's a standalone Monday night game. But let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.